Alright, here we go. This is how it goes. Kutsunek Anja no Puto. That means good morning, everybody, in our bed. It's not actually morning, but like many episodes ago, I was like, yeah, I'll start an episode with that in our bed. Somebody told me how to say it, so there you go. Yeah, guys, welcome to another video. For you, it's been one day. For me, it's been like multiple weeks since I recorded any Final Fantasy X at all. And I'm kind of jumping back into it as we've reached endgame here. So we got big plans coming up. Basically, we're going to be doing a very big world tour of Spira. Now, not to bang on about it too much, but I used to have extensive notes about everything you could go and find all over Spira. I'm just jumping in right now and seeing what I can remember, and I'm pretty sure I'll remember all of it. But if I miss a tiny thing or two, hopefully that's not too bad, and we'll just edit some extra stuff in. So as you guys can see here with our key items, we've got pretty much every single crest in the game except for one. This is the Jupiter crest, which we'll get on our world tour. Could have had it earlier if we did some backtracking. We got this cloudy mirror from Rem Temple. This thing we can like make not cloudy anymore, which we'll be doing very soon. We had this rusty sword which we found near the Scar at the Calmlands, which I told you guys would eventually become Orin's final weapon. We have various items about Yuna and like upgrading Aeons. We got this withered bouquet which we got while we were fighting Belgamine too, which someone put their heart and soul into making. We got the flint, which is useless from the start of the game. We have every single Albid primer except one last one. Question mark, why are there two slots? I think there is only one more that we need. Yeah, 26 right here. This one we will get in a huge optional dungeon, which won't be a part of this world tour, but we'll be going to very soon. And finally, we got a flower scepter as well. Seems to have some connection with a hidden Aeon. So that's it. Actually, I don't know what I'm talking about. The withered bouquet, ignore that. That was just like the flint from the start of the game. So, what we're going to do first of all is just talk about a couple of things on the airship. Number one, now that we're here at the end, if I press square and Waka, he's actually scoutable. Some people were telling me that you could scout him on our first trip to the airship. I don't think that's true. Could be mistaken, but I don't think it is. You'll notice he only costs 1 gil. He's kind of a unique Blitzball player in that he is the only, except, I mean, Tidus is unique too because you can't get him off of your team, but he can be a free agent forever and no other team will ever bring him on. Like, you could be against Keeper playing as a striker on the Albed Sykes, you know, weird stuff can happen, but Waka will never join any other team and he basically doesn't ask for a salary. Interesting that it's 1 gil, not 0 gil, but whatever. He is a pretty cool character, sort of mid-tier in my opinion, but just like Tidus, who gets the Jecht shot, Waka gets a pretty unique ability too called Auroch Spirit. Now, Auroch Spirit is a shooting attack, and when he casts it, it adds up the total shoot of all the other Aurochs on the entire team. So he can get like these insane shoot bonuses if you keep the original Aurochs. Like, that's your only gameplay incentive to keep those terrible players, because eventually you can put Waka on the team and you'll do really well. Consider what I told you guys about Keeper as well. If you get Keeper to like level 99, he has 99 shoot. So then not only do you have Keeper with 99 shoot, but then when Waka uses Auroch Spirit, he also gets max shoot, and so on. So yeah, anyway, that's Waka. Brother as well, I don't know how much I really talked in the series about him. He's a great Blitzball player too. Lots of people put him in midfield. He's mainly good just because of his speed, which is 75. Very fast. I do think I might have talked about him before. But let's have a chat with people and see what's going on. In the current story, we're going to try and attack Sin to get inside him to kill this, like, summoner. I don't know whether you can even call it human anymore, called Yu Yevon. His brother. Yes, thinking is not his forte, apparently.
When this is all over, we'll help you look for your Xanarkand.
Sure thing, dude. I find it interesting there's no battle music on the airship right now. When you do some certain stuff in the story in a bit, it puts music back on the airship and it changes the colour of the sky out there, which is currently blue. I never talked about it either, but across all those screens there, you can translate the Albed and stuff on those screens. It doesn't say anything amazing, though.
All those teachings, what were they for?
Oh, don't feel too bad, Yuna.
We'll be bringing a new calm, one that will last forever.
One thing I kind of wanted to mention, I don't know, I feel like this story would be better.
I must admit.
Yeah, I know you've already said that. If Orin died? Is that wrong of me to say? Don't you think, like, now it's kind of weird. It's like he's always been, the role he's always played in the party is now totally, like, defunct. And we found out he's like an unsent, and that's all very cool, but then I feel like, you know, he should be like, okay, I've done my job. You guys know, you know, I've killed Yunaleska. There's not going to be, the cycle is over no matter what he does now. Maybe he should have just sent himself. Maybe that would have been a more interesting story. I don't know. Anyway, let's progress on. We're going to be doing the world tour, as I say. Now, this really isn't as intimidating as you might originally have thought it to be, because I have no encounters armor from Lulu. My original plans with the series were going to be that I'd go to a very special area on the airship, kill a boss, and get no encounters stuff from him, which is like this cool bugged item. But since we got it, luckily, while we were in the Cavern of the Stolen Faith when a ghost dropped it, we don't have to bother with any of that. So, we can just go around Spira. Now, there's a couple of cool things you can do, though. As I mentioned before, you can manually try and enter... Well, okay, so you can enter passwords from these Albed ruins, and you'll find new locations. We're not going to do that just yet. We'll do that later, okay? But you can manually search for places, too. So this is Spira, all right? I've shown you guys the map enough. Where do you think you might find something? Now, it's very difficult to construe areas. This is kind of like the thing I feel that, like, they try and force you to use guides for or something. But say down here, right? This is like Luca-ish area. I'm just going off the top of my head here. That would make this big island here Kilika. The airship we can currently see on the map here, which is floating over Besaid. And in the previous episode, I pressed X on Besaid, and we found out we had another area we could go to there. That was pretty cool. So what was near Besaid? Well, Tidus was with Riku at a temple called Barge, right? Somewhere near here. So you can try and just spam X around in the general area, and you might eventually find something. So there you go, Barge Temple. That was added to the airship destination list. Barge is the place we first woke up in Spira. It's a hidden place you can only access from doing that on the search. There's some cool stuff there. We won't be going there for later, though. On my original plans, as I said, I was going to go there for no encounter stuff. So is Kilika any bonus stuff there? No, doesn't look like it. And you can kind of just scan your way up the pilgrimage. Look, here's the battle site added to airship destination list. Who knows what the hell that is? You can keep going. I do actually have my guide book here, my physical walkthrough. So I'll unlock all of them except for one. Turns out there's one over here. This island here, what do you guys think that is? Oh, that was Beaconell. The location you can find there on Beaconell Island is a place called Sanubia Sand. Some extra place there. That's pretty cool. Do you remember a long time ago on the Mihen High Road, we saw like this place with a save sphere miles away? That's the Mihen High Road. I didn't mean to spam through it because I'm spamming X. So that's another new location on the Mihen High Road, which we just unlocked there. And that's the last of them. Funnily enough, there's no like bonus stuff really high up north of the map, even though they add like this UI here to move the help box away. There is one more location. I'm not going to unlock it just yet. Let's go to these places we just found. So all these new ones, all right? X2 is really interesting because this idea that new things appear in X doesn't get used that much, but because there's so much airship gameplay in the second game, that this is like a mechanic you see a lot. So we're not going to go to Sin, which is in the Calmlands. We're not going to go to Barge Temple. We're going to go to Besaid Falls, though. This is where our adventure began, correct? So let's see what's over in Besaid for us. We get these really awesome... I love the sound effects in the background, man. And so here you'll see, you might recognize, right? We're at what's called Waterful Way right now. North of that, that's a road we walked along just after we very first met Kamaru. We fought a Garuda up there. Turns out under that bridge was this tiny little area here with a chest. So don't mistake all of these areas. Some of them are very small like this. It's just a tiny place. This has got a Dragoon Lance in it, which we have a look on Kimari here, is a weapon that gives him magic counter and evade encounter. Really solid weapon. One thing I never talked about before, okay? Evade and counter, the difference between that and like regular counter is every single physical attack that comes your way. As far as I understand it, or people have been telling me, you will evade and then counter. But that can't work against certain bosses, I'm sure. You don't get like 100% evasion chance against physical attacks. That just can't be right. Because otherwise it would be overpowered against certain bosses. So, whatever. It's a really cool weapon. It's got 2 free slots. We're not going to worry about it with Kamari, though. So there you go. And it's kind of cool that we first met Kamari, and then there's this tiny place just under here. Fairly interesting. But yeah, you know, some of them are really small like that. Some of them are huge, including a massive endgame dungeon.
The final showdown with Sheen. I say let's get this show on the road!
And a place where you can like get a new Aeon and all kinds of crazy stuff. So, the next one we'll go to here. I guess we'll just sort of go in order of where we visited these places. The Mihen Ruins. So where the hell could this be?
Yeehaw! Here we go!
Well, you guys will remember, and you'll love it when you see it. As soon as we get there. Because I pointed this out ages ago, and I'm sure it will twig. Hopefully it does anyway. It's been a while, guys. I can't believe it. Look, where are we? We're all the way back here. Look at this. This is the save sphere I was talking about and I zoomed in on. Look, and there's even some Albed like staring at us over there. I love the idea that you should be able to see like the airship flying in the air somewhere. And they're like waving at us. We look so tall over here too. Well, what's the point in coming all the way over here? Is there something awesome? Some room we can go in? Some mystic wizard we can speak to? No, but there is a chest right here. Very well hidden. And this gives us a sonar. This is a weapon, as far as I can remember, for Riku. Either a weapon or armor. No, a weapon. It's got initiative on it and poison strike. It's better than her dark touch thing, so we will equip it. You can't underestimate initiative, especially on a really quick character like Riku. And the poison strike is just nice. You know, as she starts getting stronger in these later stages of the game, that's going to mean a lot. So, let's go back to the safe sphere. Now, what I'm going to be doing here, guys, is the way our party is currently structured. You know, everyone's sort of near the end of their paths and stuff. You know, I've done all that stuff with Kamara, unique things. Some people have certain skills. What I'm going to do is we're going to do this world tour. And we're going to have no encounters on the entire time. So there's no grind people go through. We're going to go to some other save files to see like mega bosses and stuff. But it is this team, this group of heroes, this Tidus on this save file and so forth that are eventually going to go through and do all the final bosses of the game and stuff. So we don't have some ridiculously overpowered group that's obliterating everything just because I had to grind that hard to get the super bosses that are optional. So hopefully that makes sense, and that'll be a more fun way of us doing things.
Yeehaw! Here we go!
So here's a battle site. God, this world tour is going to be long. I was saying it might just be one video. It might be two. It might be two, because we've not even really started yet. We're like 10 minutes in. But check it out. So this is... it took me a while to figure this out when I was younger, but I guess where we are is... Do you remember when you first wake up on the beach after, you know, all that madness happened with Operation Mihen and Sin? I think that's where we are. You'll see on the map as well, there's supposed to be loads more playable terrain over on the right, but you can never get back to that playable terrain. It's like literally only seen for that one brief moment where all the bodies were on the field and you would find like either Luzu or Garta's body. But here you can return for a brief moment. Here you'll find a Phantom Bangle. This is gear for Lulu. It's got a lot of eaters on it, and I think this is the first time we've seen eaters. Ice Eater, Fire Eater, Water Eater. So here's the way elemental gear works, right? For armor, you get like SOS Null Blaze, which means you're immune to fire while you're low health. Or you get like Fireproof, which just means you are immune to fire full stop. Or you can get these crazy ones, the Eaters, right? Fire Eater means if anyone ever hits Lulu with a fire spell, she absorbs it and gets it as health. It's like she becomes a fire flan, right? And not only does she get that with this gear for fire, but she gets it for ice and water too. It's not quite full immunity, but it's pretty freaking crazy, right? I talked to you guys a long time ago about the idea of, oh my god, is it Tetra? I think it's Tetra, right? So like Tetra Strike or Tetra Eater is the idea of having all elements all at once doing something. So Tetra Eater would be absorb all elements. That's not a term that appears in this Final Fantasy, but it does in some others. There's gear in the sequel that gives you all the eaters and all the strikes, so you can attack yourself to heal yourself, if that makes sense. It's really cool. Alright, so,
Final show.
I think that's the last one, isn't it? I always feel kind of bad skipping Sid's dialogue there as well, but hey, you gotta learn to do it at some point. So yeah, now we've just got a bunch of locations all throughout Spira. Oh no, the Sanubia Sands, my mistake. There's one final one.
Yeehaw! Here we go!
And we're gonna go to the first one, and we're going to go on a big tour of Spira. Alright, look at that sun. I always like this place. Again, very short little one. This is the reason I'm doing these ones. You'll also find way off in the distance on the back right, it looks like there's some old like freaking town or tower or something back there. Check it out though, this is the Ascalon. I guess, you know, when I first started playing Guild Wars, I didn't, like, make the connection. I think Ascalon is just the name of some old city or something IRL. A lot of names of things are references to other things. Like, Khalid Bolg is a weapon in this game. It's Tidus' final weapon. Khalid Bolg is obviously something in the Guild Wars lore too. But yeah, this thing's got double AP. So what you can do is come here, get this for Tidus, and then do your world tour, getting all these encounters, capturing all these monsters as you go, and you're pumping Tidus up to become a complete beast because he gets double AP. Double AP is something we've always been able to potentially customize onto stuff. It's always been on the list down here for Mega Elixirs, but the only way you're going to get Mega Elixirs really is through like tons of grind to bribe stuff, and obviously grind to even get bribe, or to just play a ton of Blitzball, and that's just ridiculous. There's also triple AP here. This is for Wings to Discovery, which were these crazy overpowered items we used to cheese out Seymour. But the thing is, we got 30 Wings to Discovery at Remium Temple. It takes 50 to create triple AP. So these are very coveted, powerful abilities, but you don't, they don't give them to you easily. Well, that said, there's a leveling trick I'll show you guys at some point. That really helps you to reduce a lot of grind in this game. Lots of fun stuff to talk about now. But okay, so those are the bonus locations. We're going to go to Besaid. Bit of a story as well while we're loading in here, I guess, about what's been going on with it. It's maybe been 2 or even 3 weeks since I recorded some stuff. I did maybe 14 to 16 hours of this LP over the course of like 2 days. And I was using my standing desk the entire time. I've talked about this on my channel already, but not here with you guys. And I like damaged my leg doing that. It was so bad. Like, not that it hurt or anything, but I made my right leg, my outer thigh of my right leg went completely numb. And it really started to bother me. It was kind of scary, actually, to have that just numb permanently. Like, you could slap it and there would just be no feeling at all. So I've stopped using my standing desk so much. I'm using it right now, but I've not gone so crazy with it anymore. This woman says, "The people of Besaid are friends to Yuna. Come to us if you're ever in need." Oh, she's so nice, so matronly. So, what are we doing here? Well, we're back on the Besaid beach. If you missed, say, the moon crest at the very start of the game out in the water here, this would be your opportunity now to finally go and grab it if you're doing this kind of quest for all of the final weapons. Obviously, the camera angle's a little bit different now, but you're going to be coming over here, and you swim around into this bay hidden just here on the left, and this is where the crest would be. Well, you know, it's so weird to think this is where we woke up all that time ago, guys. I don't need to swim all the way around here to show you guys that. Funnily enough, as cool as Besaid is, as much as I love the Besaid theme on the HD remake, there's not much we can do here right now because of the Dark Aeons. And I'll demonstrate that specifically to you guys. That's the only reason we're here. If we could get back into Besaid Village right now, we could totally do a lot of very cool things. We could find Orin, like a jechts sphere of when Braska went to visit Besaid. Don't forget, alright, Braska's life, he lived in Bevelle with his wife, with his daughter, and then later on, he asked Orin, "Hey, look, you've got to look after Yuna, whatever. Get her out of Bevelle." Obviously, Yevon's corrupt or whatever. So Orin said, you know, Kamari, go and take her to Besaid. Now, they chose Besaid for a reason. Why did those guys even like Besaid? And I guess we'll find that out very shortly here. And I actually thought I had no encounters gear on. So this is exactly what will not be happening in this world tour. Oh, no, 41 damage, guys. Oh, actually, I wonder how we got ambushed. I also wonder if Yuna has got enough strength to kill, or even accuracy to kill this. Ah, she doesn't, Yuna. That's pretty cool. These things only have 50 health, guys. 300 health on that. I just attacked it with the wrong element on Orin. A physical attack, and still killed it. Look at those backgrounds, man. Besaid is so awesome. Alright, so what we will be doing is going to Lulu, equipping her armor with... Not the armor, sorry. Whoa, yeah, wasn't it armor? Yeah, Peaceful Bangle, right. Sorry, there you go. No encounters. I feel like they kind of missed a trick with Final Fantasy X. They could have had gear that was like half encounters, quarter encounters, but no, they just jump immediately to the crazy overpowered no encounters. Now, it took us a long time on our original pilgrimage, but if you equip a no encounters thing, and just owing to the fact there's far less events going on, you know, they didn't design the game twice, you can really run through Spira very quickly. You can like marathon your way through it and not be too worried at all. So here you'll see there's still a chest up above us right now. Oh, I mean, what is up with that? How do we get there? Well, that's still to do with more hidden airship stuff. Here is an Albed clue. Something is written here. Ah, and look, now we can translate this one. Not all of them are complete garbage nonsense. This says, Kilika and Bikanel join as one. What does that mean? Well, I guess I'll tell you guys now. I was planning to do it later. So, Kilika and Bikanel join as one. You guys might remember, in Kilika there is an Albed note, and in Bikanel there is an Albed note, and neither of them we could understand even when we understood Albed. So what's the deal there? Well, if you combine all of those jumbles of letters together, it gives you a password for the airship. And we'll enter that in later on. But yeah, so there's all these clues and riddles and things you want to figure out with Albed stuff. 3 in particular that are a lot of fun to play through, and I'll show you guys how to logically do it. I feel like a lot of players of Final Fantasy X, they just look up what the passwords are online and they don't realize how players found out the passwords in the first place. And that's what I want to talk you guys through. So here, look, we're near the village. Oh, man. Let's go back. Let's recruit, like, Velucha for our team. I mean, you could go on a serious blitzball kick right now and get some seriously overpowered players. Oh, man. Back when I was last here, I was trying to play the game in 1080p, and I had all those hellish things. Uh-oh, ominous music. Oh god, it's a Yevonite. He shakes his head. You'll notice there's very little dialogue in these things.
Infidel!
They couldn't get more voice actors, so it's all reused.
Prepare to charge!
It's all reused voice. And should you be able to beat Dark Valor here, should it actually happen, you'll hear an amazing sound from another character. Alright, should we actually try this? I really don't think I'll be able to. Dark Valor is the easiest of the Dark Aeons to fight. She has very little health compared to the others. You'll notice she still managed to one-shot Orin with 9,999 damage. And we get barely any turns against her. So, we're probably not going to do very well. But what I would like to try... I mean, what you could do right now is you could bring Yuna out, Grand Summon Yojimbo, and try and Zanmato, the boss. But I don't want to cheese any of them out at all. So, I don't know. Let's just attack. We're not going to be able to do it, guys. Let's just bring in friggin' Tidus. Try a Hastesia. Is that going to give... Oh, yeah, that gives Waka a go. All right, this could go somewhere. And then Waka could attack Reels, or he could Phoenix down, which is probably the smart move. Thing is, Valorful will have AoEs that she wipes us with in just a moment. That's fine. Orin didn't have haste anyway. Let's go with an attack Reels, see how much damage we do. We're guaranteed to actually hit this. She's probably so evasive we wouldn't get a single hit under normal circumstances. Still got it, by the way. The TKO is totally useless here. I remember being absolutely blown away, like awestruck, seeing this and the amount of damage that it could do. The Dark Valor. This just whole encounter is ridiculous. But that's him down. Tidus gets 2 goes. I don't want to piss about with this. Alright, guys. We're going to fight Valor later. There is totally... I should have been quick hitting there. Here's Sonic Wings to finish us off. She is totally very easy. What you'll find is you do a bunch of grind and then you just blitz through her and it's like, oh, she wasn't hard at all. And that kind of sucks. There are specific guides out there in the Final Fantasy X community that tell you how to complete the Dark Aeons at the lowest possible level, and that makes all of them interesting boss fights instead of just like cheesable or whatever. But I'm not going to be doing that. I'm just going to swap us to a safe file and be like, yo guys, look, here's 10 hours more grind. Now let's go kill a bunch of stuff, and there you go. But yeah, so this is Besaid. This is all we've got to see, but this wasn't a pointless endeavor. I'm actually going to use the airship to go back to the beach and tell you guys what we're going to do next. For the record, this is also why if you miss Valor's overdrive early, her secret one, you're not going to get it later because Dark Valor is defending the entrance to the town. So, what we will do here, there's some kids. Some mean people were here looking for Yuna. Oh, okay, sure. And now they're running away. Were they the mean people at the temple? There's a ship flying in the sky. I saw it, honest. So we do have all this voice acting we can do here. All I want to do is join the Crusaders, but they say I'm too young. Don't worry, kid. One day you can go and do that and throw your life away. So yeah, you know, they'll all reference the fact you've just come on the airship and stuff. It's cool. Or, you know, this weird plan with Shalinda to frickin' sing to Sin to calm him somehow. We're getting fewer and fewer passengers. Maybe due to all the turmoil in the temples. Sure. Well, I'd like to go to Killiker Island. So, we're going to go back on the ship. Don't worry, we won't get attacked by Sin. It's always worthwhile going on these ships. You'll find really useful stuff here that you just don't want to pass up. It's not like super essential stuff. I mean, one of the things you could consider essential. But yeah, you know, I just think it's worthwhile. Do you remember that ages ago? When was the last time we saw Lucille, Elma, and Klasko? When was it? It was Lake Macalania. It was a while ago.
Nice to see you again.
You really quit the Knights?
Yeah, I did. Elma was upset with me, but Captain Lucille understood. Now I'm working as a chocobo breeder on this ship. I really, really love taking care of chocobos. Being with chocobos all the time, I think I found my calling. And it's all thanks to you. Thank you.
Well, I'm happy for you.
Oh, yeah. I found this in one of the chocobo nests the other day. It's no use to me, so I want you to have it.
That's like such generic quest completed reward stuff. This won't happen if you told him to stay as a knight, for the record. It just won't. So this is your little payoff from the last time we spoke to them. Lucille and Elma themselves don't pop up. It's only Klasko, and I kind of like that. You know, when we first saw those characters, Klasko didn't have anything to say. He wasn't very interesting. He was the last guy we wanted to talk to. And, you know, at the end of the game, he's the one that sort of had the more interesting story. So yeah, he gives us a friend sphere. And he's on this boat.
I have to go now. It's time for lunch.
Hey, I want to talk to you some more. Can't your stomach wait?
I meant I have to feed the chocobos. They get really upset if they're not fed. See ya.
I gotta give him some Gaiashal greens. So yeah, he runs off. Might seem really random, like why is he even on this ship? I think it's because of the way that these ships are powered. Remember the chocobos down below? So there's this lady here. Did you know that the warrior monks raided Bassin Island? They said they were searching for traitors. Yeah, I think we just saw them. This guy sat on what is clearly nothing, which is kind of creepy, but sure. It's been so nice traveling with my dog. I wish we could go on forever. I pray that the elders of Yevon can keep peace in Spira. It's been... Okay, right, he's just repeating. This guy says, ever since Sin attacked us, my shipmate has been terrified of the sea. I can't believe it. I mean, he's lived by the sea since he was a kid. Sure, well, it would be very scary. Sin's toxin turned him into a coward. Oh, man, don't say that. But yeah, okay, the threat of Sin is still very real. Over here, this lady says, my husband was the best blitzer in the league. Even Bixon of the Lucagoers wouldn't have stood a chance against him. Absolutely. This guy says, whatever came of that rumor about the High Summoner's daughter marrying the Lord Maester? So it was called off. Too bad. It's weird how these people, like, especially like the old guys, they don't quite get what's going on, especially here at the arse end of the world. Okay, maybe Gagazette's the arse end of the world? I don't know. These people are saying, how long do you think you've been doing that? Stop it right now! Yay! This is like so funny to me because so much through the game, people have just been running in circles around crap. And maybe even the last time we were on the ship, we saw this. And I failed to mention they'd still be doing it at the end of the game. But yeah, yippee! Yay! Woo! They're crazy. Once little kids learn something fun, they just repeat it over and over. Absolutely. I do that with music I listen to. Up here, this is where Waka and Lulu are having a chit-chat about us. Since that strange shadow swept across the sky, my little pet won't come down anymore. I wonder what the strange shadow is. Is it Evray? Was it the airship? Was it Sin? Come on down, we don't bite. So the little squatter monkey is just sort of messing about there. I thought the sea breeze would help cure Sin's toxin, but no luck so far. I keep seeing Sin attacking us again. I just can't seem to get Sin out of my head. Ah! Yeah, I find it very interesting how they sort of establish Sin's toxin affects everyone in different ways. We've heard so many things. Guy becoming a coward. Guy becoming scared. Guy losing his memory. But here, check it out. So, in this captain's cabin, we will now actually find a jet sphere. There are really substantive cutscenes for us to find on this world tour. It's not just a tiny little bonus thing. So, let's enjoy. Take a look.
After you get that Aeon from Besaid. Where are we going?
Back the way we came. Then we go north from Bavel and climb Mount Gagazet. Beyond it lies Zanarkand.
Zanarkand, huh? It's been in ruins for 1,000 years, right?
So the legends say. No one knows for sure. It still could be your Zanarkand.
Thanks for trying, Orin.
What a weird idea to live in a world where this metropolis could exist and people just don't know about it.
I thought if I went with you guys, I might find a way to go back. But it's not that easy.
I'm sorry.
No need to apologize, Braska. It's not your fault. I should be thinking about fighting Sin now anyway. Zanarkand can wait. But I will find my way back.
Be careful, Jecht.
Hey, I'll be alright. You're the one that should be careful. Wouldn't want your little girl to cry.
She'll be alright. She's strong. Like her mother was.
They're setting up a bit of a difference between Yuna and Tidus there a bit. I find it curious that the opening cutscenes of this game where Sin is just destroying everything in Dream Zanarkand. It's like Jecht saying, I will find a way back, and at what cost? He comes back and he just destroys the place while he's there. And then it just gets rebuilt, resummoned, or whatever, you know. I find that, like, the core concept behind the story of this game, where it's like, okay, we've always had summons in Final Fantasy games. Just what are these summons? How real can we make a summon? Can we expand what a summon is? Yes, it's a monster that fights for us, but can a summon be like a person? Can a summon be an entire city? And, you know, they really go into that. That's kind of cool. That's the core idea behind this entire plot. Go ahead and rest down below. We'll be there by the time you wake up. I'm sorry. So you could say yes. Pretty sure that's all we needed on that particular boat. This is where I'm a bit uneasy. But yeah, so we're now at Kilika. Whee! So yeah, we haven't been here for a while. This guy's a pretty cool Blitzballer. His name's Veroja. But is this the guy, the best shooter in the entire game? I can't remember. He doesn't look like a shooter right now, but whatever. That's Veroja. You can get all the Kilika beasts here. Before, of course, we couldn't have done that. We could have scouted them, but not actually recruited them. This dude's running around. You'll see the place is still pretty much messed up and destroyed. Larbite's here. He's already level 10. This chest over here that this old woman stood next to, you can never open. She says, feel free to buy loads of merchandise, but I ain't giving you a discount. Because she's old and set in her ways and a bit of a bitch. So there's nothing really amazing that she sells. This guy's running around. He says, the Crusaders have rallied together to protect Kilika. Bruh. So, yeah, you can see over there now. This is where Waka was repairing stuff with the Besaid Aurochs. That bridge now goes all the way down there. It looks like it's just a pier of some kind, but I guess the idea would be, you know, as you walk along, it's really no different to when we're walking along over here. But in the background, you can see the airship. How cool is that? And that is actually an exit to the zone. Only place in Final Fantasy X, whereby, like, walking down, you would, in theory, go straight onto the airship, I guess. I don't know. I haven't tried it. Maybe there's an invisible wall. But the map definitely makes it look like you can. Kind of a cool idea. So yeah, safe sphere there, we don't really care about. Let's go in the inn and have a quick chat. No need to worry about any Albert primers. We got all of them on our first time through. This guy says, hey, ain't slacking off. I'm just building up strength for my next mission. I assume him to be drunk. Those warrior monks ate everything in sight and returned to Bevel. They basically just ate and ran. What do they take us for? Oh, people aren't very happy. And little Mowgli over there. Is that wrong of me to say? Doesn't that look like Mowgli to you guys? It probably says something boring like, yay, thank you, you saved me a long time ago, many episodes ago. 30 episodes or whatever the hell it was. There's an old guy saying his punishment upon Yevon's people, yet I fear that no amount of atonement will end its ravages. Sure. Okay. I think he said something interesting and foreshadowy last time we were here. Maybe I had to cut a comment out that I was originally talking about. Over here, I don't know whether, is it smart for me to talk to every NPC in the game? Is it smart or just the actual important stuff? This lady here will just offer us to have a sleep. This guy says, the people of Kilika are used to destruction. It's nothing new. I'm going to be a blitzball when I grow up. They don't change that dialogue. That's so amazing. All right, I guess these guys might not have changed all the dialogue. So what we're going to do is just run along. Are you Tats? Where the hell is Tats, man? I'm so sad. Tats, the invisible shot guy. He's so cool. This lady, you can always fix what's broken, but you can't bring back the dead. I have to learn to accept the reality of the situation. You'd have to be a very strong person to live in this world where people can be an unsent and, like, still accept that's not real life, you know? Like, in a world where you could be unsent, wouldn't you just have so many people just choosing to let people become unsent at the risk of becoming a fiend just so they can spend more time with one another? As I say that out loud, it just makes you realize this is a freaking zombie movie. It's a zombie plot. That's all it is. So, in the middle of the jungle there, as you guys could see, that was where we originally fought the Ochu. And if you had left her alive, as I told you to way back at the start, you could now do cool things with her, like bribe her for a hell of a ton of items. But I've already got like 99 remedies and all that jazz anyway, right? So who really cares? You could kill it much quicker and grind for the HP spheres, but there's even faster ways than that. Come all the way up here. You know, it's very different. Think about our first time through Kilika. It took us so long to walk up these steps. There was all this story about people racing up. There was a sin spawn fight we just breezed past. That said, I love the ambience. I wish there was more reason to return to these upper areas of Kilika, just in general. But, so here, you got this guy. Not many visitors at the temple these days. It's a pity, really. Did you hear? When you see a flying ship, we're all to sing the hymn of the faith. Supposedly, it has something to do with overcoming sin, but I wonder if it's true. Very floaty guy there. I must be strong and live by the teachings in this time of turmoil. But lately, I've discovered the weakening of my faith. I've given up on becoming a warrior monk. The people favor the temple over the people of Spira. I can't believe they abandoned their positions in Kilika and ran off. Wow, they ran off. Hey, he's a warrior monk, though. Or is he a crusader? Oh, yeah, wow. No, I'm not a warrior monk. I've rejoined the Crusaders. It's just that we Crusaders are short on armor. Right, okay. So there's the two little chambers. We're actually going to go in the temple. This is going to be a part of the world tour. You know how we kind of just don't care about anything Yevon says anymore? And we kind of just go into the chambers of the faith? Yeah, well, that's the thing in the world tour. If you like... what does this monk actually say? It must be very hard to be in these temples these times a day. What do you say? Hello? He says, I must reluctantly admit that the people are distancing themselves from the temple. What would Lord O'Holland think if he were here? I love the thought that it was all us. We caused all of this. He's still impressing her. I love it. Yeah, when a ship comes flying by, I'm going to cheer it on like this. Come on, this is the same animation as before. There's a strange rumor going around that about singing the hymn of the faith when the ship flies by. I love her stance. I don't know why. Whatever. Seems so cheekily amused. All right, yeah, so we're going to go in. No Donna around. Curious to push us in. Where do we find Donna in the world tour? I'm pretty sure you do find her somewhere. I can't remember. So yeah, we're going to go down. Now, I'm not going to make you guys watch the Cloister's Trials. You actually do have to complete it, which sucks. But if you missed like the Destruction Sphere chest, stuff like that earlier on, it's a reason to make people do it. But yeah, we're just going to go in. I will cut it until we get to the Chamber of the Faith and see what we can do new there. Now, luckily, it only takes a matter of seconds, moments, minutes to get through these when you're not doing the Destruction Sphere. So, now, if we walk up, we're just let in. Who's there to stop us? Let's speak to the Faith of Ifrit. This would be something you could do in Besaid as well, of course, except we can't get there because of Dark Valorful.
Sin swam in the sea near Xanarkand. Perhaps the waking dream eased its suffering. Your father touched Sin and became real that night, foundering in the seas of Spira. How sad now that he's caught in the tragic spiral. He is Sin. He is lost.
I'm not going to be your translator for a lot of this stuff, so we get a Lux Sphere there, and there are usually chests in the chambers too, so grab your stuff. Lux Sphere's pretty good, especially if you can get some Fortune Spheres. Accuracy, defense, this stuff is all fantastic. It will boost your characters. Well worth coming to check these guys out. But yeah, so this is Ifrit's Faith right here. I was going to say as well, I wonder how the Faith kind of feel about like having a Dark Aeon, but there is no story there whatsoever, so you can draw your own conclusions if you like. They even have like unique animations with the door. But yeah, I'm not going to translate everything the Faith say. You guys will pick up on ideas, on, you know, some of the poetry in their words, but they tend to be very cryptic in what they're talking about. And if I talk too much about the story, I don't know, I feel like I'll lay bare certain things you're only meant to gradually come to the conclusion of, if that makes sense. So whatever. Anyway, we're going to run back through the jungle. We're going to have a quick look at that old Albed thing that I was talking about, and we're going to get back on the boat where there'll be more stuff for us. Alright, so here, check it out. Here's another blue thing, right? And by interacting with this one, this is the gobbledygook one, right? But you want to write these letters down. If you want to do it for yourself now, guys, write these letters down. And remember, the one in Besaid said Kilika and Beaconel join as one. So we're going to try and combine the text from both of those. So there you go. Pause if you like. And yeah, we'll move down. Alright, back onto the ship. And we're going to go to Luca this time, which will put us on a different boat, the SS Winnow, instead of the SS Licky. And there'll be some more little things we can do. Here you'll notice in the background there's some birds flying in the sky. There's a tiny little quest thing here, right, where you've got to count how many birds are around the ship. So we can see that there's 3. Oh my god, I'm not even going to try. Is that the port? Starboard? I don't know. I really don't. Check it out, some guys laying down. I love the music on this ship as well. I've been pulling all-nighters these days. Please let me rest. My night ship has been doubled by the captain's orders. Doubled! There's no way I can do that. Just hire more hands if you want more work done. Oh, who can't relate to that? If you can't relate to that kind of comment, I think you've probably not worked a hard day's life. Youngsters nowadays are so rowdy. I can hardly hear myself in town. There's a dog there. This lady says, I envy how laid back the Lucans are. They're always crazy about Blitzballer even when something terrible happens. Do you know what this like character model reminds me of? If you've ever seen the Disney film, I think it's a Disney film, The Road to El Dorado had like a score from Elton John. There's like this hot woman in it, and she like gives one of the main characters a BJ during the film. But she reminds me of her. I can't even remember her name. Shell, is it Shell? Yeah, for some reason, I don't know. All right, so over here, there's a couple more guys. If the camera would actually let me walk in the direction I want to go. It's not that I like riding ships, but this is the only way. The waves, winds, and chocobos cause the ship to rock. But it's better than the shoe puff. Last time I on the shoe puff and I got an earful from the high pillow. Amazing. I wish we'd heard about shoe puff before we saw a shoe puff in the game. Whatever. Use the lower decks to sleep and rest up. You notice you can't go to the lower decks now, which is why like the Albed Prime is hidden down there and stuff. I'm missing. I like missable. He used to be a hard worker too, but now he's always like this. Oh, sometimes I wonder why I even stay with him at all. Wow. Look, just because someone gets lazy and becomes a good for nothing and can't provide for their family, it doesn't mean that you should leave. Okay. Once sin comes, everything we worked for will be lost. So why bother to work at all? I've got better ways to spend the time I have left. Can't argue with that philosophy, especially from people from Kilika. Jesus. Ah, that's a really sad story that now she's thinking of leaving him, even though like it's a tragic reason he's become lazy. So another 3 birds there. That's 6 total that we've counted. What's this person say? I'm doing a study on the animals of Spira. Wow. The birds flying around here are lesser Spira gulls. Lesser gulls are gentler than greater gulls. You can tell by the way they fly. I'm wondering how many of them are flying around the ship. I'm curious. You've counted the number of seagulls around the ship? Oops, was I supposed to? Yeah, now go count. I love the way she just commands you to go do that. You've counted the number of seagulls around the ship? I've counted. No, I didn't. Wow, that was weird. I've counted, yes. So how many were there? All right. I've counted 6. There's actually 11. All right, just take my word for it. So that's about what I thought. It's the same as I counted earlier. Thanks to you, I've confirmed count. Here, this is what you get for your help. We get the Ace Wizard. You know all this crap I've been doing with Kamari about making him a mage? Well, that's totally viable for Waka if you want to do it right at the end of the game. Look at that beast! Look at that. What is that? 28% more magic power. Well, completely. You know, if that magic plus 3% was instead like MP booster, it would be a crazy weapon. But yeah, that's exactly what we're going to try and craft for Lulu in a couple of episodes. Yeah, you get the Ace Wizard on this ship. I think that's about it. If you go in the Captain's Cabin this time, there is no Jecht Sphere. This would be where you'd get an Albed Primer, I think. Just some guys, they say, Maester Keenock has passed away and Maester Kelk Ronso has resigned. Now that Maester Seymour's disappeared as well, all of Yevon is in chaos. May I remind you guys, when we were last on this ship, we didn't even know what a Maester was. Like, the culture and politics and stuff of Spira really only opens to you once you get to the mainland itself, once you get to Luca. We didn't even know what a Maester was. I've heard that the Albed attacked Bevel with a flying ship. Maester Seymour's wedding got cancelled and everything. Yeah, about that. Bye. Alright. So, sorry, I just went to go get some water. We are now in Luca. Luca's a big one. I don't think I'll be talking to everyone here. I want to be a sailor and sail all over Spira when I grow up. Imagine a kid with that kind of voice. Seriously now. Hey, out of my way. I'm trying to work here. All the chests and stuff we've already got, so you don't have to worry. However, there's a couple of things in Luca. Now, this is kind of a sad one, because I know in my notepad I had a whole ton of things. I was like, oh, Luca, you know, remember to do this. Remember to do this. Remember to do this. And, yeah, what can I say? I think I've forgotten a lot of it. But we'll be okay. Don't worry. Bear with me. I know the really important things that we've got to do here. On my test file, I didn't even know you could go in the stadium, and we've already shown that off in this LP, so whatever, you know. Maybe it's better that I didn't have complete guidance the entire time. A couple of Albed around. Really, you know, Luca is not the largest city in Spira, but in terms of gameplay for Final Fantasy X, this is the largest city you get to go to. Bit disappointing to put it in those terms, but whatever. Those are the docks. I don't know why I did a big leap, just to show them to you guys. That's that old Blitzball player we used to play with. Not that you guys saw much of it while I was recording, but whatever. So, what we're going to do is go up into the Aurochs changing rooms for 2 things in particular. Actually, I think one of the things might be in the other corridor. We'll see. No, there we go. So, just outside, one of the seals has been broken, and we can now find another Jecht Sphere. Let's take a look. It's kind of like we're redoing the pilgrimage, but this time we're watching them doing it.
Hey, Orin, did you get that last match?
Yeah, but I don't understand why you wanted me to. Didn't you say you have Blitzball in your Xanarkand?
Not a sportsman, are ya?
Working on your form?
My form don't need no work. I'm the great Jecht. It's for my kid.
Your son plays Blitzball?
Yeah, and he wants to beat his old man bad. Once I told him to give it up. He didn't speak to me for a week. Wonder what he's doing now. I hope he got bigger and put on some muscle. Hey, what's the big idea? Stop shooting.
You wonder what he's doing now? He's watching his mother slowly kill herself through malnutrition and depression because you're not there.